Howdy, it's Mike Morgan here at over50cycling.com, and today we're going to talk more about training. So the training program that I recommend for people is a periodized training program, meaning that there are several different periods. You break the year up into, say, 3 periods, and each one of those has specific goals. So when you're starting out you're doing winter training, or if you're starting out in the spring, you need to get some foundation workouts in. And what these foundation workouts do is they build your aerobic engine, and that's what we're going to talk about here today. So what are my goals in my foundation period? They're really building aerobic capacity and on-the-bike strength training. So you'll see here, we're at my Garmin Connect account here, and we'll see I've got these muscle tension intervals, and I've got high cadence. Those are different intervals too, and that's the ones we're going to talk about today. And we'll get to the on-the-bike strength training here in another episode. So let's go here into high cadence, and let's see what one of these workouts looks like. Okay, so total volume right now, I'm doing about 8 to 9 hours a week. 7 to 8 of it here is on the bike, and the other parts are some strength training, and then I also get on the elliptical machine a little bit. So you know, this time of year, being on a trainer here in Idaho, I don't like spending a long time on the trainer, and I don't know who does. I mean, I can do up to 2 hours, no problem. If I'm really motivated, I could maybe do 3. But you know, I'd way rather be out on the road than on the trainer. So during the winter, when I'm on the trainer, one of the things Chris Carmichael taught me was that about 40 minutes on the trainer is about the equivalent of an hour on the road. And that's because, you know, you're stopping at stop signs, or you're coasting down hills, or whatever. And I found that's, you know, it's fairly accurate. I'd say it's probably closer to 45 minutes. But so using Chris's formula, then an hour workout on the trainer is about an hour and a half workout on the road. So this time of year, I'm not, you know, I'd like to be over 10 hours a week to be competitive. In fact, over 12. But during the winter, you know, it's fine to be in the 8 to 9 hour area. So anyway, let's take a look at what one of these high cadence intervals looks like. So you see here on the speed graph, you know, that we've got these little sections where we're going faster. Well, after a good warm-up of about 20 minutes, what I do is I ramp up my pedal cadence up to average around 110 revolutions per minute. And right now that's taken me up to about where my lactate threshold is. If you don't know what a lactate threshold is, that is the threshold at which your body produces more lactic acid than it can clear. So right now, what I'm working on is I'm working on raising that lactate threshold. That's part of building your aerobic engine. And so these intervals do very well. They also they help build aerobic capacity, and they increase your pedaling efficiency. So by increasing your pedaling efficiency, you'll use like less of your body's resources for any given speed. So it's a great benefit to do these. So these are foundational over the winter, or just starting out even spring training if you're off the bike all winter. These are great workouts to do once or twice a week. So let me tell you how they work. So you warm up good for 20 minutes, and then this particular one I'm doing 3 minutes on and averaging 110. So I always kind of ramp it up at the end. And then 4 minutes of recovery, and then another 3-minute interval, and then another 4 minutes of recovery. 3-minute interval, 4 minutes of recovery. So this is 4 3-minute intervals with 3 4-minute rest periods in between. And then, of course, you want to get a good warm down in. So one of the things you'll notice here on the heart rate chart is, well, it looks like the heart rate's going up a little bit. as you do more intervals, and that's called heart rate drift. And that happens. So on this last interval here, I actually went down a gear because I wanted to stay under my lactate threshold, or maybe right at it, so I'm not building up a lot of lactic acid this time of year. I'm training my body to buffer it better by going just a little bit underneath it. So that's what high cadence intervals look like. We'll look at the splits here, and we'll see like what the average cadence is for each one. So here you can see these are the intervals right here. There's my max heart rate and my average bite cadence. 111, 111, 111. This one was 110. I had to stop to blow my nose during part of the interval there. But anyway, so that's what high cadence intervals are. They're a great foundation workout, and you should add them into your training program. If you're doing winter training, great. Do them a couple of times a week. In fact, in a later issue, I'll share my whole training program with you, and for this month, and you can see how it works and get faster and humiliate some of those youngins out on the road. So take care, everybody. Talk to you soon.